Good morning. It is the first day of March. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart, which has made new all-time highs today by about a dollar or two, briefly and barely, taking out the previous resistance which occurred last week. Trend, of course, remaining higher, well above the 18 average of highs. It does look as if it's ready to make a move to its next leg higher above this point, which I'll be looking towards the range between in the area of about 1300 and 1500. But I think short term, the most probable move would be a move somewhere up to here and then back either to this support or this support, as this is a big area. This is a huge area. So I would guess on any pullback, this is more likely to find support than here. On the event, of course, going up to 13. And it's had short-term support at this level. It had it in here. So therefore, it hasn't had any intermediate long-term kind of support yet to that point. But in order for that to be the case, it has to make that move higher. As far as Fibonacci upside, and this is a big level from the very scary, is Bitcoin crashing lows, and it's before matching all-time highs. Well, it's 161.8 is up to 1475, and this does pretty good. And one would think, well, if everybody sees it, then of course it's going to work. But not many people know about this calculation, so that's not one of the cases. And it just seems as if that's going to be the most probable thing, is a push up here, back here, and then back to this point. Now, for myself, how am I playing it? I'm not going to sell much, but yes, I'll be selling very little into cash for the intent in buying cheaper at the risk of having to buy it at a higher price if I'm wrong, which means the first one, a very small amount at 13, and then upwards again to 14 here and here, or up to 15 as the last. And if, of course, I'm right and this comes here and, once we come back to this support, I'll buy it back. Even though it probably will come here, I just feel safer buying at the 1220 than I would at the 1140 if, of course, it goes to this point and falls lower. So that is the analysis within this a Bitcoin chart. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to point out, so I'm glad I just remembered that. Interesting within this gold to Bitcoin ratio, which is in at 0.984, climbing, where Bitcoin to be worth more than gold. This means two things as far as I'm concerned. Number one, the people that are into the community at large levels, both for gold as well, at least the knowledge of gold, will be saying, hey, wait a second, this could be the day, or will be the day, where this thing is going to break parity. And because of the knowledge, does that do anything to help surge rallies? Don't know, but I would think a little, probably. And then when it does get above it, this is going to be talked about in forums and wherever and where else that, hey, Bitcoin is worth more than gold, and that's going to cause some sort of market psychology as well. And that will be it. I don't know what the psychology would be, but expect for it to be talked about and people react to such. So take care. Have a good day.